Hello and thanks for joining us on Television Nigerian. I am Chiwendu Osisego. Consequence upon the lockdown occasioned by COVID-19, virtually all the countries of the world, people are compelled to work, study and carry out all their activities from home. This platform seeks to ascertain from a respondent in Nigeria and outside Nigeria how it has been like working from home and how this may influence their attitude to work post-lockdown. Let's find out.
I'm Dr. Hanim. I'm a lecturer. Currently, I'm teaching in Lim Kok Wing University of Creative Technology in Cyberjaya, Malaysia. So, for this, since the COVID-19 pandemic, we have been staying at home. We have been working from home and conducting online and virtual classes for my university students. It has been 3 weeks until today, and we just received news from our Prime Minister. Unfortunately, Malaysia is going to extend the lockdown because of this pandemic for another 2 weeks. That means it will be until the end of this month. So, because we have to stay at home, because we cannot go out to help the government from the outbreak. So we have to stay at home and we have to conduct online classes.
This is my dining where I've converted to my study room. You are welcome. Yes. Because most of our clients are also on lockdown as a result of the guideline given both home and abroad, we all have decided to pack up our business, suspend it for now, and focus on other important matters that are connected or related to our business in one way or the other. For that reason, I'm writing 2 books.
I want to share my experience about this movement control order and how we have been working from home. As you can see, this is my home and this is my mini office that I designed for myself since the lockdown order, since March 15 up to today, which is on the 4th of April, on the 9th of April, sorry, we have been on lockdown, meaning that we have to work from home. Actually, it affected mostly people. The only people that are not affected are those in essential services, those that are working in the health sector, and also those in the food and beverage industry, and especially those in the delivery industry. So those are the only ones that are not affected. But people like us who work in the university, who are lecturers or tutors, they've been asked to work from home. And since then, somehow it's not been easy. Transiting between working, in the classroom to working from home. Most of our students, even most of us who are tutors, lecturers, we find it difficult, to work from home at the initial stage. But I can tell you one thing: it is good so far because positively it's improving us in using different kind of tools.
I'm reporting from Minna, Niger State capital. On the 25th of March 2020, the government of Niger State imposed dusk-to-dawn curfew from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. in order to curb the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic. These restrictions have largely been effective because the populace have been compliant due to the sensitization and awareness campaign which has been embarked upon by the government through the Niger State Task Force on COVID-19. The civil servants have been urged to work from home. But working from home has not been easy because of the technicalities involved, such as the internet connectivity, power supply, and other issues. Staying focused at home as well is also a big challenge because of the numerous distractions inherent in our homes. But then, with principle and discipline, one can easily work from home and achieve maximum productivity.
I'm a student at the University of Pretoria, South Africa. I'm currently studying Human Rights and Democratization with the Center for Human Rights. And we've been experiencing this lockdown for the past 2 weeks, and it's a pleasure to actually to share my experiences with you. So it hasn't been that bad on one hand because lectures are still going on. We still have classes on Zoom from like 9 a.m. to sometimes 2 p.m., sometimes 4:30 p.m. with breaks in between. So we still get to engage with our lecturers and our colleagues and get to do our assignments, classwork. So it's not as bad. And for this reason, I'm really grateful to technology and what it has been able to achieve so far in the face of a pandemic. On the other hand, it has actually also disrupted some of our plans, physical plans. One of the key components of the program was the field trip that was going to be graded, and my group was supposed to go to Kigali, Rwanda, but because of the lockdown we cannot go at the moment, and it would have been a very good exposure for all of us to engage with the authorities in Rwanda, do our field research and come back with new perspectives and views. And so yeah, on one hand it's not as bad, but on the other hand it's really disruptive and has kind of put our lives on hold and stalled things. So I'm hoping the lockdown gets lifted very soon.
Poultry farmer based in Abuja. This lockdown has really affected not just my personal life but my business as well. As a poultry farmer, the demand for our products such as eggs and chicken has gone down by almost about 80%. And for people who are into businesses that have to do with perishable goods like that, it can be very challenging because it means that you can only get about 20% of your products out, and 80% drop in demand means that there's going to be a lot of wastage. And not just that, sometimes not being able to move from my house to my farm, and I have to rely on my workers for information and all of that, I think is very, very challenging. But well, I think it's for the best because like the government and other health officials have announced or have advised, staying away as much as possible is the key to solving these issues.
It's not been easy, especially for those of us that are into private practice in the sense that we run our own businesses. Actually, it has taken a toll even on myself as a business person, because prior to now, I think I was engaged in lots of activities, providing consultancy services for businesses based in Abuja and outside Abuja. But at the moment, things have really slowed down because most clients are actually on shutdown also, and it has actually affected a whole lot. Nonetheless, I've been taking out time to invest in myself, reading, speaking with friends, following the news, and doing a couple of other activities just to keep my mind sane, because it's not really easy staying at home for 14 days, especially an active person like myself.
Here in Ilorin, Kwara State, it has not really been easy since the lockdown. Although today makes it exactly 13 days of the lockdown, tomorrow makes it exactly 2 weeks of completing our lockdown. Although we add it's going to be extended, but it's not yet true. I'm just hearing rumors. Since the lockdown, it has not been easy. Just sleeping at home, waking up, sleeping, eating, waking up, the same routine every day. No source of income because we're not allowed to. And although I'm hearing some people are carrying rumors that 2 weeks will be added, we have to stay extra 2 weeks due to the discovered 2 new cases here in Ilorin. Although we haven't had anything from the government, like no official message yet, but we are still keeping our head up. Today's kind of free. People are allowed to go out,